What's going on, boys? My name is Sid, and today I'm going to be giving you the full comprehensive breakdown of all the money methods in the game. There is about 4 I'm going to talk about. One of them is alright. The next one might get patched, but it's okay. The one after that is the most mind-numbing, terrible experience, but is unfortunately better. And the last one is a curveball that I don't think anyone is expecting. It's a real curveball. All of my socials are on screen right now. If you're on any of those platforms, check that out, but I'm not going to plug that through the video. There it is. It's done. And if you do enjoy the video, then, you know, drop a like. And if you want to continue watching Motorfest and other racing game content, subscribe. But let's begin with the first section, which is explaining how any of this even works. That being the parts in the game, because there's a very specific way you want to do this. So first of all, go over to driver, head into legend points, and make sure you reset it, and then put all of your points onto bucks. About 20 is the maximum, and that will allow you to earn 20% more bucks than you could before. And there's different vehicles for each of these specific methods, but each of them have one thing consistent: the parts you need for it. All of your parts should look like that one brake part. They should have the bucks boosted white affix, which gives you 15% more bucks. Then you need to recalibrate them. Now, going on to recalibrate, you just hold A and it will spend money as well as spare parts, which you get for scrapping parts. Then you either select the top one until you get bucks and pure, or once you've gotten one of them, or both of them, you spam the middle one until you get the highest percentage. That'll just be based on what rarity of part you have. On gold parts, they go up to 5 and 3. And you want that type of part on every single one of these. That will take a little bit of grinding and a little bit of luck to get this specific part set. I will have a separate guide for parts, so don't worry about that. But you need to make sure all of them are that white bucks affix, or else the set bonus won't be active. So you don't get 15% more bucks unless every single one has that affix on. Now, you could achieve the same effect on a purple part until you get gold parts. You can do that to purple parts. Those, it doesn't matter about any kind of white affix, but the issue with that is you can see you don't get anywhere near as much percentage. You only get up to 1.5 and 3.5. So, although you can use purple parts while you're grinding, what you really need is gold parts, because those are the ones that'll get you the big boost. Until you get all bucks magnet, you can also put just any gold parts on, just so you have the higher amount. And that's how the parts work. But let's go on to the first method. And that method is the E-xpress event. You can find this event in the pause menu over in the Electric Odyssey playlist. It is down here, the 5th or so event in the playlist. You have to play that one. To be able to do this method, you have to have finished the whole playlist one time over, so that you now unlock Reconfigure. Because with Reconfigure, you can go over to here, go to the right, and select a hypercar instead, as hypercars are the best way to finish this method, and the quickest way. You also will receive the Evija Pure Edition, so you can use that one for your first few runs if you don't have enough money for a hypercar yet. However, the best hypercar to use is the 2R Lamborghinis, the Reventon and the Revuelto. Those are the 2 best ones. I'm going to be using the Reventon, as I haven't bought the Revuelto yet. You want to select whichever hypercar you want to use, preferably the Reventon, however the Evija, if you don't have any yourself. You can set it to midday, just so it's easier. It'll be set by default to dusk, but for time and everything, dry roads, midday is the easiest, and you want to make sure you have clean driving modifier on. Don't click B to come out of this menu. You need to click A to confirm that's what you're changing it to. You need to click A. Then that will set this event up perfectly. But what you also need for this event specifically is, in difficulty, rewind off. You need to make sure you have rewind off. This method will not work if you don't have rewind off. Did you even know you could do that? You can turn rewind off. It just becomes back on track like the Crew 2. Rewind off. Nothing else changes anything, as none of the other ones improve your bucks earned. You can now begin the event, and I'll show you the route to take. You gotta be paying attention here, because it starts right off the bat. Straight away, you want to turn around. Hard turn right straight away. Go easy on the throttle at the beginning, because you won't have traction if you're slamming it. And then you can slam it down when you beeline it for the road. Here, right off the jump. Then you just follow the waypoint. The waypoint will take you the way you need to go. And you're gonna have to time this respawn for consistency. You time the respawn for the green sign on the right. You'll see it there. And time it there. So it's just after that. Then you respawn here, which puts you much further ahead. You want to tap the nitro a little bit, and then I full nos here. I don't know what the best method is, but I full nos off that. Go slow on that turn section, because you can definitely go wide very easily there. And then all the way beelining it right on that turn right there, instead of taking any kind of road. This is what I do, at least. I find this to be the quickest way. And then I nos once I get a full gauge of nos all the way over to the finish. And you can see we've done that in a 1 minute and 7 seconds. Very, very good for what that was, and you want to instantly retry as soon as you can right here. Event's about to restart, and then you do it again, and then you do it again, and then you do it again, and then you do it again. Without any boosts, without any parts, without any icon points, this one gets you about 135,132 every 10 minutes. Now that one is a tricky method, because obviously you're going round, you're doing this whole respawn thing. Will they patch that one? I don't know, because it's not the best way to make money anyway. It's just pretty good. It's one of the better. It's the third best in this game way of making money. So maybe they'll patch it, maybe they won't. I don't really know. You do need a hypercar to do it the best, but it's in risk of being patched. But that's this method. For this one, you're doing the Kiss Me Kombi event, found over here on the map in the Windward Coast. It's above the Japanese, the Made in Japan town. And on the activities menu, it's in Vintage. It's the third event. There it is. This one you want to do in an Alpha GP car, the F1 cars of the game. The one I've chosen to go with is the Ivory Tower, as I've seen this thing, as well as the RB18, being the ones to top the leaderboards. Now, the RB18 is free, but it's only free if you get the Ivory Tower. So you'll have both of these if you finish the Motorsports playlist. So the Ivory Tower is the one you want to go with at about 800,000 bucks, as well as getting you the Motorsports playlist. Of course, like the Electric Odyssey one, you need to have finished all of the Vintage playlist events, as that's the only way you unlock this event to be reconfigured. And in the reconfiguration, you want to, of course, again, set it to midday, and then also make sure you have the clean driving bonus on. You want to be careful, don't get too much damage on your car, as you get more money for this one. You don't have to do anything in the difficulty here, again, as it doesn't affect the run or the bucks you earn. I'll show you one run of this to show you what to do. Here we go. This one is a lot more annoying, I will say. Although it's better than Electric Odyssey, this one making you about 147,000 bucks every 11 minutes to Electric Odyssey's 135 every 10 minutes, 30 or so. This one you have to get past all of these AIs. And as you can see, we've already gone down about 90 bucks, but that's not bad. That's actually one of the better ones I've ever done. it's actually a fair bit better. And this one is a longer event. While Hypercar Hummer Express is at about 105, 108 is my average time. This event sits at about 1 minute 30 for my average time on a maxed out vehicle. And like I described in the tips and tricks segment, the parts need to look exactly like they looked in that section. See, I went wide there a little, and we've gone down more money. The camera angle I'm in right now is just the best one for control and everything. You can see the road better, see the cars better, everything like that. And we've got our McLaren livery on it as well. You want to make sure you're doing these turns right. Don't go wide or anything. You can have the brake only race line on, just so you know what you're doing a little bit. And there we go. Tanked a fair bit of money there, but of course, it's a skill issue thing. Just be good, you know? And at 1 minute 30, that got us some money, I imagine. But like I said, 155,000 is the total amount you earn. But like the other one, you want to straight away restart. This event, just like Electric Odyssey, you need to do over and over and over again to get the most amount of money possible. And I'll try and get past the AIs here again. Just to... Okay, yep, there you go. That's what I mean. They are all over the place and incredibly annoying to get past. Okay, please. There you go. Just be careful. I got a very lucky run on that one that I was showing you. Okay, and there you go. Eventually, they break for a turn you don't really need to break for, and you get to break away. But you can see we lost 250 bucks there, which sucks. And also, Nitro's more powerful in straights, so use them in the straights. Let's move on to Method 3. This one is torture. So, Method 3 is over all the way down here in Oahu. You want to head over to the Moana Center Speed Trap, which is behind this Donut Meteor event. The best ones are either the Moana Center or 911 Waikiki. All you want to do is, and you can really be in any car, Hypercar works, Alpha GP works. Again, you want to have the same part sets that I talked about at the beginning of the video, and you want to use those on your car and start rewinding right before you go into the speed trap and then spam skip. That's this method. This method is the best method out of all of these. Going right up to it and then restarting as soon as you hit it. You want to make sure you're rewinding as you go into it, and then that's it. How does that happen twice? That never happened that aggressively before. There we go. And then back to this. It's torturous, it's boring, but compared to Kiss Me Kombi's 147.655 thousand, Hummer Express's 135,000, this method makes 155,000 every single 10 minutes. So times that by 6, what? 15, 6, 15, 5, 6. There you go. Sometimes you can mess up. Clearly, I did mess up a lot in my 10 minutes trial run. 60, 30, and 900,000 or so. 930,000 roughly every 1 hour. But this is the whole method. Eventually, you'll catch someone else doing it with you as well, and then it's just you two rewinding. See, he seems to be doing it the wrong way, as he's rewinding after he skipped. You want to rewind and then skip as you're going forward. Also, it's going to get tiring on your thumb because it's just rewind, skip. But this is technically the best method. The best in-game method to earn bucks flat, right? Method 5, surprise, quick method, honorable mention goes to the Grand Race. When you get Grand Races like this, Alpha GP, Street 2, or Hypercar, or Grand Races that are Alpha GP, Hypercar, Racing, those ones are way quicker than regular Grand Races. And if you're actually good at the Grand Race, you can get 100,000 every 6 to 8 minutes, which is pretty damn good. And it's a way of actually still having fun while playing. You can get some of your mates on and earn a bunch of money just by playing the Grand Race and using all these different cars you've got, all these different things you want to use, and just have some fun. Use the best cars if you really have to, but you earn a lot of money if you're actually decent at this. So massive honorable mention goes to the Grand Race, as you don't even need any boosted parts or anything, because none of them are active. But finally, I want to ask you a question. What's the point of making money in this game, right? Like, what's the point? What is the point of making money in the Crew Motorfest? Maybe you'd say to recalibrate your parts. Maybe you need money for that. Maybe you need money for customization, to buy the different rims and wheels and tires and all of that. You need the bucks to put windshields and front bumpers on your car. But one of the major reasons I would say you need to grind money in this game is to buy cars. But what if a car you want to buy is in the Crew too? Because there's a method that is better than every single method in this entire game. And that method isn't in this game. See, there's a bunch of new licenses, like the Ford Bronco, and the new Mustang, and the Hummer EV, and the Honda Civic, but there is 570 that I own. Only a few of those. I've only bought, like, 5 of the new cars, so 560 something cars that are all from the Crew 2. So, if you go into game, go to the bottom and have import my collection turned on. Importing your collection from the Crew 2. The best method for earning money to buy cars in Motorfest is to earn money and then buy cars in the Crew 2. And then buying cars. And if you didn't know this, if you buy a car in the Crew 2, that car will instantly transfer. So any of these cars that are purchasable, even Summit cars in this game, if you purchase these cars in the Crew 2, they will then instantly be added to your Crew Motorfest garage. So, this is me doing the best Motorfest money method. In fact, it's better by a mile. The cars are cheaper. The more expensive cars haven't gone up as much as the cheaper cars have. The cars are cheaper. The money's quicker. This method I'm doing right now is the best Motorfest car buying method. And if you want to see the best methods to earn money in the Crew 2, that video is right here on the end screen. Thank you to popular members, a special thanks to famous members, and an insane thank you to star members, Danimal the Manimal, Grim Pepper, and Extreme Speed, and an insane top the top thank you to Icon members, HK. I'll see you boys in the next one. That's about it from me. Check out that Crew 2 box guide if you really need. In a